It's time to make the starting five of your Portland Trail Blazers. The big man at 7 foot even. Number 24, Mason Plumlee. Starting at power forward, standing 6'11", number 31, Big James Collins. The other forward position, standing 6'8", number 9, Terrific Watford. And guard, 6'3", number 3, wearing the letter of
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. With Brent Bailey and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Now, guys, at the end of this season, there is a potential opt-out of the collective bargaining agreement. And after seeing star players hold out, some wonder if that will be exercised. Commissioner Silver says we have a common interest to ensure that contracts are honored. Those are issues we can approach collectively. Kevin?
As is always the best case. David, thank you. So with Griffin sitting on the bench, this is Mike Budenholzer's lineup. Cameron Reddish is out there with Johnson. Then it's Trae Young. Then there's Cooper. And it's Okongwu in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Trailblazers, at the guard spots, longtime teammates Lillard and McCollum. Plumlee out there with Collins. And it's Watford in at the 3 slot. And this offensive system, Brett, that the Hawks run, it allows for a lot of creativity.
Yeah, lots of dribble handoffs at the top of the key. You obviously have the, in case of emergency, break glass player in Trae Young. But they're not afraid to attack mismatches, and this is the type of offenses that I think a lot of players would enjoy playing in.
Now, here's Reddish. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Well, he's just got such a nice, easy release on the 3-ball. Reddish not looking rushed.
Plumlee with a screen on Young. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Here's Young. And the rejection by Collins. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Lillard dishes to Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Good job attacking the rim right there from the big man, Collins.
Cooper the pass to Young. Stolen by McCollum. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
Yeah, the defender all over.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the way C.J. McCollum, Greg, can get his shot up while moving, that's a big part of his game, isn't it?
Yeah, very few players can shoot as well as McCollum on the run. Applies for his pull-up jumpers or when he's falling out of bounds. McCollum, one of the best in the league at it.
Shots good from Young.
Not a ton of times where Young is off the ball in a situation for catch and shoot, but he's still capable.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Johnson against Collins. Here's Reddish. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. 5 to shoot. Okongwu dishes to Young. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Blazers ball.
Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. Plumlee with a screen on Young. Lillard with it, and Young picks him up defensively.
Well, such a big body. Plumlee does possess explosive verticality and then, of course, a power finish.
Young passes to Johnson. Teardrop shot, and it's sent back by Plumlee. Young against Lillard from the arc, and the 3-ball is good. Lillard's got 5. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Portland.
How about the ferocity we have seen from them on defense? I mean, they're looking to contest every shot that goes up.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal and you can get out in transition. They seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And Kevin, talk about a tough finish. The defense all over him, but he still finds a way to get that on.
McCollum against Cooper. Throws it up high. The shot by Reddish, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
Collins, good.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
As to Reddish. Dishes it to Johnson. The Hawks working the ball around. From outside, off the mark.
He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
Here's Collins. Count it. 10 points in the game so far.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
So it's the Hawks now. The Blazers getting the bucket. Here's Johnson. And the rejection by Collins.
Good job, Collins inside, quick off his feet.
Watford passes to Plumlee. From deep, Collins. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
Give a big round of applause to your Blazer dancers.
And the pass to Young. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed it easy.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot. Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
And you look at the loyalty Lillard has shown. He's stuck with the Blazers through thick and thin. It's why he is beloved in Portland.
Griffin's checked in for Cooper. Free throw good from Lillard. And at some point, Greg, you wonder if Lillard is the greatest Blazer of all time.
Listen, he is in the conversation. You'd have to include Walton Drexler up there. But Lillard's resume in Portland has a strong argument.
Here's Griffin, and finished off by Griffin.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight.
And the 0 Damian Lillard wears on his jersey is more than just a number to him.
Yeah, Greg, we know that represents the letter O, as Dame grew up in Oakland, went to college in Ogden, and became an NBA star in Oregon. Oh my, that's a lot of O's. Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Now, here's Okongwu. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Collins finds Plumlee. It's McCollum on the wing. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Young with no one around. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Young's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Hawks. Lillard against Young. And it's sent back by Okongwu. Over to the left wing. And the wide open shot from Reddish. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Reddish has got 6.
Quick trigger from Reddish there speaks to his confidence. He just let that one fly.
Collins a screen on Young. Lillard dishes to Collins. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Now, here is Young. 8 points for him. Here's Reddish. That's tipped.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Johnson against Collins. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. 16 points for him.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. A different look now for Portland. Davis is checked in for Plumlee. Sharp comes in for Zach Collins. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Paul Millsap's checked in for Okongwu. Collins comes in for Johnson. Johnson, he's checked in for Reddish. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Trae Young.
And Schroeder did not even have to think twice about that shot. This young man simply devours these chances inside.
And here's Johnson outside. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assist.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Simons with the ball. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. And it's Sharp missing. The Hawks trail by 12. Bounce pass Schroeder. Here's Johnson. Off target with the jump hook. And it's Davis with the ball for Portland. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And in that one, the backups came to play. Gave the team an infusion of points that just put them over the top.
Well, I talked to the assistant coaching staff. What they were stoked about is that the bench guys came in and played well. So punch off the bench, a big factor in that win. And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Sinks the three-pointer. And the Trailblazers lead by 18.
And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
Her passes to Collins. It's deflected, and he stays with it. And the wide-open shot from Griffin. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
A big man, John Collins, seeing the court that time.
Portland leading by 16. Here's Sharp. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Sharp's got 5 now.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Her passes to Johnson. And it's Johnson with the jam.
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective.
Davis with a screen on Schroeder. Simons kicks it out to McCollum. Here's Watford. Drills the three-pointer.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
So it's the Hawks now. Trailblazers knocking down the trae. Griffin's shot is off. One thing that can be entertaining at this point of every season is how unexpected rivalries, Greg, begin to develop.
Yeah, teams that might not be traditional rivals have a few heated games early on, and now their matchups become must-see TV. Happens every season.
Here's Schroeder. Portland knocking down that triple moments ago. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
And on the glass so far, it hasn't even been close.
He can't get that one to fall. Good work defensively by Millsap. Collins kicks it over to Schroeder. Now Griffin. 9 points last game out. Now here's Millsap. 5 on the clock. Atlanta again missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Passes it to Simons. For 3. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
With the drive. Count that one. Griffin's got 6.
That's feel-good moment right there. 3 of 4 so far.
Davis with a screen on Schroeder. Oh! And he uses both hands to jam it in.
That's exactly how you utilize the pick and roll. Simon's looking really comfortable in the set there.
Atlanta shooting 42% to begin this game.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
For the finish, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Here's Griffin. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
3 points.
9 points in the game so far. Trailblazers leading by 21. Simons surveying the D. Chalk up 2 there.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Schroeder dishes to Collins. Millsap against Davis. Outside Griffin. And there's a whistle. It goes on Shaedon Sharpe. That is his first foul of the game.
Team foul. Now the lineup for your Trailblazer.
There's 14 seconds left in the first quarter. And here is Johnson. He's got 5. Here's Schroeder. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Right there, Dennis Schroeder shows some confidence by nailing the jumper.
From deep three-point range. Oh, and he beat it.
They just do that, Kevin. They just did that.
Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
That's an incredible shot there. Just let it fly, take a chance, and somehow that one goes in.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. And with as many three-pointers as they bring, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. If you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, the Trailblazers enjoying a nice lead here.
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
Here's Lillard. A 26-point game for him in the win against Toronto.
On average, 4 to 6 coaching changes happen after every regular season, and in 2021, the Trailblazers parted ways with their coach after 9 seasons, and Chauncey Billups was brought in as their new leader.
So with Johnson on the bench, this is Mike Budenholzer's lineup. Johnson is out there with Cameron Reddish. Then there's Cooper. Then it's Trae Young. And it's Okongwu in at the center, locking down the middle. And here are the Trailblazers now, following the three by Atlanta. Lillard, the pass to Watford. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
On that pick and roll, you have to always play Lillard to shoot, but he's smart enough to see those gaps, dumps it off to the man in the best position to score there.
Well, we know, Brent, the Blazers front office really seems to like Coach Chauncey Billups. They feel he brings a certain toughness to that team.
Yeah, the accountability part is what they lean on with Chauncey, and obviously a great connection in the point guard mentality between Chauncey and Damian Lillard. But immediately a lot of respect given to him because of how he carried himself in his career. So it's been a welcome change for the organization, and we'll see if they can build upon last year.
They get the rebound. Okongwu. It's tipped.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Watford. That shot missing. And Atlanta will come the other way. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Tremendous poise on the offensive end. Overall, they did not settle for bad shots.
Saw the box score the next day and thought about those percentages. They had guys just going off in that one. Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first two shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
Connects from three-point range. Little's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Cooper against Simon. Cooper the pass to Johnson. Okongwu kicks to Young. Right wing. Lock at 6. Here's Cooper. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Portland's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Here's Collins. He's still up. Now he is 9 of 10.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Change here. And here's another update on the All-Star voting. Just a couple of days left now to cast your ballot.
Yeah, and it's coming down to the wire now, Kevin. A tense time for some of these players.
He's gotten his share of votes, but there are still a lot of players in front of him.
And it's just been tough in the East this year. Kevin, so many guys are having huge seasons. Even getting near the top 10 is impressive.
And it seems like the anticipation just continues to build each year around this time of the season. Gonna be a fantastic weekend. Pass to Okongwu. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Looking to end the run. Here's Cooper. Good on the three-point shot. Cooper's got 6 here in this quarter.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Young against Lillard. In the corner, Collins with it. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Collins has got 23.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, the Blazers missed the playoffs last season for the first time in almost a decade. Coach Billups says, it's been a lot here so far, but I just know that I'm built for this. This is what I do, and it gives me the opportunity to stand up as a man to show that I can lead. I'm ready for it. Kevin?
I think he is, and he's embracing the challenge, which is fun to watch. David, thanks. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. AGA, what about these Hawks? They can really be fun to watch.
Yeah, and they just need to be more consistent, Kevin. It seems they can beat anyone on any day. If they can start doing that regularly, we're talking about big things in the future. And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Now, here's Lillard. 10 points for him. Fires for 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
His game starts with the three. Lillard shooting opens up the rest of everything that he can do offensively.
Cooper the pass to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Good for the fifth time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Young pass to Reddish. Baseline jumper. Again, the Hawks score.
Nice J by Reddish, just beating the defense and scoring. And that wasn't easy.
Young against Lillard. Down low, Plumlee. Back to Lillard. Here's Ellaby. And the three off target. Atlanta's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. A nice shot by Young.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Greg, Father Time is undefeated, and every player has to make the decision when it's time to retire. How big a factor was age for you?
Well, you don't want to leave anything on the table, but your body will tell you when it's time. I know that was the case for me.
McCollum's checked in for Damian Lillard. Cooper the pass to Young. And here is Okongwu. Pass to Johnson. Over Plumlee. And there's Johnson. That's good. On the assist by Okongwu.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And here's McCollum for 3. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
He had a nice open look right there. Reddish has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
There's a screen by Collins. Second chance shot. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got 4 rebounds in this game. Johnson the pass to Cooper. No good from outside. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. And this matchup with the Hawks, it's their first meeting of the season.
A matchup that only happens twice a year. These interconference battles can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, this one will be for sure. Interconference matchups are always pretty fascinating just because of timing on scouting and how often you watch teams like this affect some of the unpredictability of the East-West battle.
Steps back. And that one barely misses as he draws contact. 2 free throws coming up.
First,
Nasir Little picks one up.
first team.
Drawing a foul down low. Trae Young earning that trip to the line.
For the Trailblazers, Davis comes in for Collins. And it's Sharp in for Nasir Little. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. John Collins, he's checked in for Okongwu. Johnson comes in for Johnson. Griffin's checked in for Reddish. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Cooper. Johnson, and it's Johnson with the jam.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Now here's McCollum. 8 points for him. No good. He has missed 3 of his 5 attempts this game. The Hawks shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%. Bucket is good. Johnson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Just a much smaller defender on him. He does the exact thing at the right moment, goes straight to the rim.
And the basket by McCollum.
Well, C.J. McCollum can score in a lot of ways. Coming off of screens, playing with the ball, spot up three-point shooting, just a variety of ways to produce.
Here's Schroeder. He's got 5. The leaner. And the Hawks getting another basket right there.
And he should thank the D for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Davis with a screen on Schroeder. A three from McCollum hits the three-point bomb. McCollum's got 13.
And he's on a good pace here from three-point range. Made one in the first, two more here in the second. It seems like with more to come.
Young for three. Got a hand on it.
And Sharp reportedly a 7-foot wingspan. You saw it in full effect on that block.
A guy who hasn't played a lot of ball. Sharp, though, has all the all-star tools they think available to him.
An exceptional shot maker from outside. And he's got great vertical bounce, almost a 7-foot wingspan. And he is relentless in his attack.
Here's McCollum following the three by Atlanta. Outside Griffin. Crafty move, and he connects with the jumper. 11 points in the game. Portland leading by 22. Plumlee with the screen. McCollum passes to Plumlee, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Athletic and quick, Plumlee is a good partner in the pick-and-roll game if delivered.
Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved, a full team effort.
Johnson, the pass to Collins. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
McCollum feeling it out a bit from deep. And the Trailblazers, another three.
3 triples for him this quarter, 4 overall.
Schroeder with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. Young from outside. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
3 points.
Schroeder's got 4 assists in the game. Davis sets a screen. Here's McCollum. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
Solid in the first. Fantastic here in the second. He was just waiting for the moment.
Guys, if they're going to make a run, no time like the present.
Yeah, and it's certainly, we had to expect a better game than this. Been very ugly thus far. And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Plumlee, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Catches the defender a little bit out of position. Plumlee makes a strong move to take advantage.
The Trailblazers have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Paul Millsap's checked in for the Hawks. Now here's Millsap. No points in the game yet for him. And Griffin scores. The assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 5 assists tonight.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Trent against Griffin. Trent gets the bucket.
And he waited for the last possible minute to get that one off. Made a sick adjustment right before he let it go.
This Hawks squad is struggling, and that game will be game 2 of 5 out on the road. Here's Schroeder. Collins wide open. He fires. Bangs home the trifecta. Collins has got 5 points so far.
Collins does a nice job there preparing for that shot using his base.
Simons from outside. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow.
Wow, hammering it in!
And I'm going to watch the coaching staff to see how many times they're going to call Anthony Simons' number the way he's got it going.
Johnson down low, and he uses the glass on the lane. He's got 17.
Feels like the other 4 guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
From deep, Trent, and another 3 for Portland.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
The Hawks, 85.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Hello, folks. Still a ways off from All-Star Weekend, but let's first check in on who's in the running for this year's three-point contest.
If this is the field for the three-point contest, man, it's going to be lots of fun. All of these guys can go on long runs.
Yep, that's what determines it, getting hot at the right time.
And now let's talk about the first half we just watched. A fantastic performance for the Trailblazers.
What I like, they're sticking to their game plan. They aren't deviating, Ernie. They're like changing up. They're doing what the coach wants and they're focusing in, playing smart and under control.
Yeah, that's been the difference maker for sure. Let's see if they can maintain that mindset. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Here's Lillard.
And we see Portland revamping on the fly. A lot of changes, but it's not a rebuild. This new look roster hoping to keep the Blazers relevant while also giving them a greater upside long term.
The veteran pair of Lillard and McCollum are the guards. Collins is out there with Plumlee, and it's Watford in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And really a big factor in their win last time out was his work at the line. And you look at the young talent the Blazers have, a nice young core group that can grow. Simon's the big name from that group.
Here's Lillard. Another shot, and it's Collins getting it to go. Collins has got 32 points.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
And a drive like that one can be a knockout punch. Great finish at this junction.
It's good. Nice touch there from Okongwu. Okongwu's now got 8. And Simons and Little Greg, a pair of names Portland fans are definitely excited about.
And they've shown that they can be valuable players. Portland got a lot younger with the trades they made last year. Now they have to have that youth develop.
Cooper against McCollum. The baseline J. The Trailblazers pull it in. Watford's got 4 rebounds in this game. Kicks it to Plumlee. And it's McCollum in the corner. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
Well, C.J. McCollum can go from second gear to fourth gear and back to second gear, a defense's nightmare.
The pass to Okongwu. Here's the lob to the hoop. And Okongwu slams it in.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. Lillard finds Plumlee. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Dennis Schroeder.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. And I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
Well, this Hawks team can run into defensive issues. Don't have many perimeter stoppers, and the interior at times can be overwhelmed.
Three-pointer, Lillard. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Reddish with the ball. He's picked up by Collins.
And a nice tricky handle from Reddish there, setting himself up and initiates for himself.
And for Atlanta, Greg, on-ball defense can be a problem.
The team knows it's their weak spot. Have solid post defenders, great offense, but they'll be limited until they figure it out defensively.
Atlanta calls timeout. Davis has checked in for Mason Plumlee.
And let's see some of the numbers here for Okongwu. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. And he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. Young passes to Johnson. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. A shot by Reddish, no good. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Lillard with it, and Young picks him up defensively. And it's Lillard missing, and that's a foul called on Zach Collins. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Atlanta. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Cooper kicks to Young. There's the triple. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
There is an effortless kind of motion to what Trae Young can do, especially when he's shooting from that deep.
Davis with a screen on Young. Passes it to Watford. And here's McCollum for 3. And another 3 for Portland.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Cooper the pass to Reddish. And Atlanta again with the bucket.
Cam Reddish getting better and better at recognizing what it is the defense is giving him.
Davis with a screen on Young. Lillard the pass to Watford. Here's McCollum. In for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Watford passes to Collins. Atlanta with the rebound. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. Here's what the Atlanta Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Phoenix Suns. And then on Friday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz.
And you know, for that matchup with Denver, they'll need to be at their best for this contest. Anything short of excellence, and they'll be in for a rough ride.
Lillard way outside. The rebound by Cooper.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, some people call John Collins John the Baptist for how he dunks over defenders. He says, the game is slowing down for me. I'm able to see my spots. I want to continue to build on that and be looked at as a pillar, a guy that can be counted upon. Kevin, it seems he's hungry for more. Back to you.
He's a big-time dunker, that's for sure, looking to reach his full potential. David, thanks.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
To the inside, here's Johnson. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 5 assists tonight. Young against Lillard. Collins drops in the layup for 2. Collins has got 34 points.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Here's Young, and the Hawks getting another basket right there.
Trae Young, one of those guys who you feel is capable of going off at any moment one of the league's elite scorers.
And the basket by Lillard.
They'll lead with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Cooper the pass to Young. Okongwu with it. Pass to Johnson. And the rejection by Collins. Lillard way outside. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. To the paint, stolen by Collins. Out to the right wing. Here's Watford. Traps in the tray. Watford's got 6 here in this quarter.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line. This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Here's McCollum. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got rebound number 8 now on the night. Okongwu is a young guy, Brent, who is still polishing his craft. But on a permanent basis, he's been extremely effective.
Just some great flashes last year from Onyeka. He shoots a very high percentage. He helps you in a lot of ways. He rebounds. He protects the rim. He's quick off the floor. And he really can slide his feet out on the perimeter. So the sky's the limit still for this young big.
And the slam dunk by Johnson.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Lillard finds Collins. And finish off by Collins.
And the talent is continuing to show itself here from Zach Collins.
Pass to Reddish. To the middle, here's Young, and Davis sends it back. The pass to Watford. Cullen passes to Watford. A 3 ball. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
Cooper kicks to Young. Passes it to Okongwu. Back to Young. Inside. Cooper with the bucket. Cooper's got 11 points.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
A 3-pointer is right on target.
And until he cools off, I'd keep the ball in his hand.
Pass to Okongwu. Pass to Reddish. The Hawks working the ball around, and Davis sends it back.
It's a wonder we don't see more of that from Davis. He has the live legs and instincts to be a premier shot blocker in the league.
And here's McCollum for 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been 3? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Cooper the pass to Young. And here is Okongwu. He dishes it to Johnson. Just 5 on the clock.
2 minutes remaining.
Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Young's shot is off.
Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the score. Unfortunately, he couldn't answer back.
Sharif Cooper, 4th personal foul.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
At the line,
They've shown no let-up. Penetration, knife it inside. The defense has to tighten it up if they want to slow this team down.
And there's another thing going on right now for them that has to get their confidence up, and that's the 3-ball. I mean, it's been falling for them, and they're locked in, and with that outside shot going, that's a big difference maker.
And he knocks down the first one. A different look now for Portland. Little, he's checked in for Collins. And it's Simons in for Davis. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. Outside Collins. He kicks it to Griffin. The dish to Schroeder. Collins setting the pick for Schroeder to stop the run. Millsap trying to get open, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
John Collins having no problem that time playing through the contact.
And Collins is shown to be a game changer on the floor. The problem for him has been staying on the floor. Has fought the injury bug his whole career.
Plumlee is checked in for Portland. For Collins, he has yet to play close to a full slate of games, Greg, in a single season.
Collins has missed time in each season he's played. He's young enough. A few years of good injury fortune can change the narrative, and let's just hope that's the case for his sake.
At the elbow, Collins. Over Little. Collins, good. Collins has got 5 points now this quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
They double team McCollum. Simon's on the wing. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Schroeder dishes to Collins. Outside Millsap. Johnson with a screen on Lillard. Great open look there. 16 points for A.J. Griffin.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance. I mean, this guy is unreal. What a show.
Atlanta's gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. Johnson against McCollum. Johnson surveying the floor. Over Plumlee. They get it back. Collins. And then Collins slams it in.
Yeah, the way you keep plays alive is with some effort, and John Collins giving it to you.
C.J. McCollum, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Portland. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So with Johnson sitting on the bench, this is Mike Budenholzer's lineup. On-court spots filled by Hunter and Collins. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Millsap in at the 5 spot.
Hunter in rhythm is a much better shooter, and that shot looked nice.
And Lillard kicks to Trent. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
So it's Atlanta now. Outside Hardaway. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Oh, that's a rhythm shot, and when Tim Hardaway Jr. finds that kind of rhythm, he becomes a much more solid offensive option.
Lillard with it. He's picked up by Collins.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
Count it.
Well, you don't want to body him up. He's just too fast as Schroeder's able to get it done.
The Trailblazers shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. The pass to Hoare. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Hawks have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll.
I think Paul Millsap's time both in Utah and in Atlanta in the systems of ball movement are helping out this offense now.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. And here's Trent outside. Kicks it out to McCollum. A second chance effort. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
I know CJ plays the two-guard position alongside Lillard, but he does have point guard vision, and that's a great find.
Passes to Hunter. Takes the three. The shot, no good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Trent, left side. Off target from three-point range. And it's Millsap with the ball for the Hawks. Shooter passes to Millsap, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
Well, at 6'8", Millsap is still a threat to get up in the air and get those down.
To the paint. It's deflected. And it's sent back by Millsap. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap. Al Horford is checked in for Atlanta.
Substitution on the court.
On deep, Trent. The long distance three is buried. Trent's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Trailblazers. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He doesn't take over games like this very much, but it's always possible. And when he does, here at home, these fans love it. Atlanta's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Schroeder outside. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Here's Cooper. The shot's good on the assist by Horford.
Such a solid and unique big man in today's game. Horford's passing skills and ability to find the open teammate is very special.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Tim Hardaway picks one up. And it seems the play-in tournament is here to stay, Brent. Has it worked out as well as you expected?
I think it's been great, Kevin. One of the things that could be adjusted, though, is maybe if you're the 8th seed and you have a 10-game lead on the 10th seed, there should be no reason why they should be competing in the postseason tournament. So maybe they do something with regards to the records as to whether or not a team qualifies. But the way it stands now, it's created the kind of drama and competition that the league has craved.
To the middle. Here's Millsap. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And really trying to work the ball inside here and starting to get results. A lot of that offense coming in the paint here in the second half.
Well, Paul Millsap continues to work hard and continues to be an example of hard work paying off.
Ford, and it's sent back by Millsap. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
And that has got to help the morale of this team. Let's see if that sets up a run here.
And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Horford. Johnson comes in for Paul Millsap. Reddish, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Trae Young subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Now, here's Reddish. He's covered closely. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Young from the arc. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Well, he should be playing this game with an apron on because he's cooking right now.
Okay, time now for an injury report. Now let's check in with David Aldridge to see how DeAndre Hunter's doing. David.
Well, guys, I was able to talk with Atlanta's head athletic trainer about his status. And guys, he says it's just a bruised shoulder. good news because at first they feared it was much worse. It's unfortunate timing all around for them. Of course, they will need to band together while he's out. We'll see how they respond. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
And not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
Yeah, and this makes it particularly rough for this team. Other teammates now are going to have to step up, and it seems like it's going to be an extended period of time, so not easy to do.
Young for three, and again